The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Geek.Nerd.Tech, featuring a weekly roundup of tech news and gossip. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Geek.Nerd.Tech.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Things will never be the
Same again.
Welcome to Geek.Nerd.Tech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We in the groove tonight,
yeah,
baby.
those are the silky sounds of Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald,
lead singer of the Doobie
your
Brothers.
brother.
My brother, hey, he's the Doobie brother.
from another mother.
He's a Doobie brother.
But the same father.
Yes.
The Heavenly Father.
Oh, boy. You're really cool. Welcome to Geek.Nerd.Tech, the show we break down geek culture and tech news from a black and brown nerd culture and geek news from black and brown geek perspective.
That's
I'm Joe
correct.
Braswell. I'm joined as always by Akili Shines.
Shining.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good.
I been living this hermit life, man. So
It's the first time out of the house in 4 days. I can't
yeah,
be right.
man. 3 days.
The crypt.
So, man, yeah. This is
You're
what it looks like.
You're like the crypt keeper right now.
But yeah, man, we in the building, we in the
Good.
studio, about to have a good show, man.
Yes.
What's good with you, man?
Yes, I'm good. No, I'm good. Just out there trying to live that Michael McDonald life.
What life is that?
I don't know. It's that Doobie Brothers life. Getting ready for Labor Day weekend. Lots to talk about, but I want to say hello to Marissa. Hello. No, we have no Lexus. We have Marissa.
M. Dot in the building. M. Dot in the building. I just gave you a new nickname.
M. Dot. Let's get into what we got to get into, which I don't even have a rundown, so I don't know what's
Hey, brother,
first.
run it down, brother.
Oh, okay.
Run up, run down. it don't matter.
Periscope. Scoping is back. First of all, did you check out? Let's talk a little bit about the MTV VMAs. Did you watch?
Man, I certainly did not watch.
Okay, good, because you are over 25.
You're damn
And
skippy.
I'm well over 25.
And you watched.
At least by 6 or 7 years, and I did not. And I did not watch. I haven't watched in a cool minute. Actually, I don't think I've watched.
I can't tell you the last one I watched.
VMAs in a cool minute. I don't even. Maybe I didn't watch the Taylor Kanye one all the way.
I watched that one. However, I did watch the Kanye speech. Kanye
Okay.
for president 2020.
Okay, you saw that one. Okay, so what's interesting about this and a lot of the Miley? What do you think of Miley? You see any of her?
What do I
antics?
think of her?
What did you think of her?
Nah, I'm good, man.
Okay, you
next
good?
next topic.
Next topic. Okay, her album's kind of good though.
Okay, well, so you gonna be banging that? You
I
be
mean,
like
the-
Keely in the what would be like put on the Miley Cyrus?
The new album is kind of good. I don't necessarily know what she's doing as in the world, but the album is kind of good. I'm on record saying that.
You are on record saying
The
that.
album's kind of good.
It's a huge statement.
It's better than Bangers with a Z. Anyway,
Anywho.
we digress. This one, I want to talk about Periscope because MTV and Periscope tried a little something called the Millennial Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And they're really trying to take advantage of, because millennials don't watch TV at all, supposedly. So they're trying to figure out how to get this conversation to Snapchat and to Instagram and to Twitter, where they are. So they partner with some brands and they try to funnel that conversation in a very specific way via Miley Cyrus through all these social media properties.
Absolutely,
And
man.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of smart. I'm not sure if it was successful.
I mean, Viacom is. I mean, it's not the same Viacom of years ago.
No.
They were a dominant. You know what I'm saying, in terms of like their execution of programming,
Yep.
and now it's like they're thirsty. Like they're trying to like still remain relevant. And so I think utilizing the technology, speaking to the audience, adapting, having some form of innovation, I think it's a smart move because you gotta develop content where the audience is at. And so if millennials are on their phones and tablets, then you got to speak to them in that vein. And so I think this strategy is dope because I mean it's like real time. You're able to interface with the content in real time, and it speaks back to you. So I think for the young kids out there, it's perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder how this is going to affect. I mean, we're already doing this with the second screen anyway. I think we all have to do the second screen experience. I sit in front of the TV, especially in a fantasy football time with the iPad, the computer, the phone's always there. You're watching the screen.
Yep.
Stuff's popping up. HBO famously does a lot of second screen stuff with Game of Thrones, and so if you get lost with all the characters, you can look on your iPad and be like, "Oh, Targaryen is," you know? So I think that this is the future. I mean, we have multiple devices.
Definitely the future.
You know, and like I said, the kids don't be watching TV anyway, so they need to figure out how to follow along via these other experiences and have advertisers take advantage of that.
I think it's smart too. I mean, because you still can integrate the advertising element into it, the pre-roll, the post-roll. Right. And so, I mean, I think doing even the adverts in a creative way, in a seamless way, that or whatever the structure of the show is, the live event is, I think is a way that brands could also innovate too. So I think it's a win-win for brands, for Viacom, and for the audience that's watching it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It's good.
I agree. Let's move on. Apple and Samsung are still beefing. I don't know if this thing's going to get resolved or not, but this has been going on since 2011. This is the fourth suit. They're trying to get rid of. They're trying to basically fight over, the Galaxy S and other Apple patents, infringement on Apple stuff by Samsung and vice versa. I can't even keep track anymore. But I mean, the first trial
beef is on, dog.
Well, the first trial, the judge ordered Samsung to pay Apple $1.5 billion.
Cough what you owe me, homie.
But then they let them get away with a cool $600 million.
Yeah, just a mere 600.
Samsung's like, hell no. They came back, fired back, clapped back. And now we're in the fourth trial. I mean, this is I don't know if I even care. I don't know why we're reporting it, but I don't know. Do you have anything to say on this?
I mean, dog, we are. This is. I mean, from a tech geek perspective, these are two juggernauts going head to head, and they kind of are dependent on each other. You know, right. Apple buys a lot of Samsung processors and displays, and Samsung is dependent on Apple because of a big part of their manufacturing income comes from Apple. So in a way, they kind of have a working relationship, even though they're beefing. They make money off each other. Right. So even though in terms of the patent and the ideas of who stole what or who owns what, I mean, I think they're trying to get as much squeeze and much burn as possible. But it's just I think a lot of it is just to ramp up PR, to be honest with you. Yeah. But hey,
we'll see. I mean, I don't know why I said I'm not sure if I care, but I there it is.
Hey, it's cool, man.
They're still beefing. Wait, I forget. Mercy, your iPhone. You're not like Alexis with the Samsung. All right, good. So I'm gonna leave you alone. All right. So moving forward, Tesla. Your man Elon Musk,
man,
the genius,
that's my dude, man.
It says there's a Tesla coming for $35,000.
Yeah, I put one up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a cool 70 G's cheaper than the one that's out there right now.
Man, that's a cool 100 G's cheaper.
That's true. 100 G's
cheaper. Once you suit it up, you're looking like 130, 40. You know
wow. That's true. God, you can't just roll with a stock Tesla.
No, you can't.
You can't just be rolling out $100 grand. If you spend $100 grand, I'll spend 135.
Well, seriously.
I mean, shit. All right. So, but this is only 35, and it's coming, but it's not coming for a minute. He's not going to start production of this thing for another 2 years.
But think about it, Doc. That's normal for Tesla. That's normal for him. Right. Every time he drops a new line, it usually takes about that amount of time because he wants to perfect it. And so, but I think this is a change the gamer because you're giving the middle class opportunity to be able to purchase a cleaner vehicle, a vehicle that gets great mileage and it's clean, it's innovative, has the newest technology. Right. You're giving a level of meritocracy for people to drive this vehicle versus before it was only catered to those that were very wealthy. Right. So I think this is a crazy move.
It's a game changer.
I wonder, I asked you, but I wonder what's going to happen with the auto industry once this actually happens. Once you or I can actually go and get one for $35K.
It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen because this whole thing is predicated on him finishing his Gigafactory, which is some Willy Wonka, crazy scientific Willy Wonka shit.
The G Factory.
The G Factory, son. Giga.
I gotta stop. Me and my gigas. Stop it, man. See, man, you pushed me down this road, man.
Okay.
Anyway,
I got about 30 jokes I can't get out right now. The Gigafactory. I can't say the Gigafactory right now. So the Gigafactory is really the game changer because it's a whole next level of efficient production line. So whatever the efficiencies learn. Look, Toyota basically almost shut down automaking in the U.S. because they
Shut them down.
because they basically showed Ford and GM how to efficiently do these factories. And now, granted, they have a lot of factories here, but Japan was really leading the way.
Yeah.
What Elon says is like, I got some new shit.
Show you how to do this, son.
Show y'all gigas how it's running. Gigas for life. No, but it's when the Gigafactory comes out, we'll see. Anyway, the whole point is that it'll be interesting to see what the manufacturing, how that changes the game, as well as
But I'm trying to get you to see, brother.
Yes.
How is this going to change the landscape of how we think about our environment in terms of CO2 emissions?
I thought you meant the landscape of the.
No, I mean now you're providing the common person the ability to choose between a car that will pollute the environment or a car that will pollute the environment, pollute the environment much lesser.
Yeah.
So what is that going to do for the automobile industry? Is it going to make them innovate more to electric car status?
Well, what they usually do is they spend a lot of money on that money's a PR spend, and they come up with a whole bunch of reasons that they try to convince you that what they're doing is they're energy companies. We're all energy companies now, and ExxonMobil is an energy company doing energy things, and don't worry about us. Just buy our gas. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of innovating they'll do. They're too far vested in the black stuff that's in the ground. So that and then I just feel like this is going to be more PR.
Okay.
Or the Gigafactory is going to mysteriously get blown up or something.
Okay.
I would be very surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Gigafactory, if something happens to the Gigafactory. I mean, they be hating on gigas. You know how they be.
You know how they do. You know how they do that.
All right. Okay. So, anyway, that's I'm sorry. I don't even know what or why I'm saying, but I'm looking forward to that car.
Okay.
Yes,
One last thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you buy it, or would you buy that, or would you buy something else?
I would buy that. I would absolutely buy that. I would buy, I mean, it looks kind of fresh too. It's got the,
it look dope.
It's got the DeLorean fly-up doors. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the SUV is actually coming out this year. I'm really looking forward to seeing the crossover, and then, that, and who knows what in 2 years will happen up on the luxury side.
Absolutely.
So they got the SUV coming. They've got the more sedans coming.
It's changed the game, bro.
Yeah, it's a CTGer for sure. So, but anyway, speaking of a CTGer, the Sony Xperia Z5 Premium.
Stop. Will you stop?
It's
get
coming
out. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is a
it's
CTG.
Change to gamer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
4K.
Wow.
Right to your phone. You can walk around with it.
Holy smokes, Batman.
It's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
I don't know. So you're a shooter. You're an editor. You're a predator.
Man.
This has got to have some value to be able to shoot 4K
This
in
ain't
your
got
hand.
no value, dog.
Our good friends at Sony who did that's so
on,
nice
my
at CES
dude.
2 years ago. Nothing.
Nah, man. I mean, I think this will be more commonplace with all devices. So, I mean, I think for them to, be pushing it first, I mean, it's good. It's a good move. But, I mean, just like iPhones didn't have HD cameras. Now they do. Now that's commonplace. So I think that's going to be the same thing with 4K. So, I mean, I think it's great. More resolution, crisper images, more colors, more clarity, all of that stuff. I think, for image creators and image lovers, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it isn't. Again, it's good that it's first. I'd like to see it at CES or something, but I would be absolutely shocked to death, literally, if the iPhone 7 doesn't have a 4K camera.
Hey.
So I mean, look, we have the 6S coming. Do you think the 6S will have 4K camera?
I hope so. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. You mean 4K video camera?
4K video
because
camera.
it's already 4K.
Sorry, I mean 4K video.
For photo.
We're shooting 4K
Right,
video.
right,
Excuse me. Thank you. I wonder if that. I know the 7 has to, but maybe we have an announcement coming up in a week or something.
We'll see what's up, man.
We'll see.
I mean, they got they have 8 and 10K, so I don't see why they wouldn't within a year this will be commonplace.
Yeah, so I feel like the 7 will have. So this is a nice little thing, but like the article says, maybe it's hype. Marketing
hype machine, man.
Speaking of hype, Amazon Prime
Don't believe the hype
is doing that's 2 PE references in a row from
yo. I'm dropping hip hop references from here
Shut
on
them
out.
down and don't believe the hype. All right, so the Amazon Prime is offering offline viewing. This is a big. No, you're making jokes. This is a big deal. No, this is a big deal because first of all, by definition, these are all streaming services, right? Like Netflix streaming, Hulu streaming, Amazon streaming.
Will you get out of here, dog, with this?
I mean, I know. Look, we all can't go to China like you, and take special trips to China via the web, but and to get certain programming that we can't talk about. But
I don't do that no more. By the way.
okay, I'm sorry.
I cleaned up my act.
All right, good. All right, you pay for everything now. Yeah. All right, good. All right, so no, this is interesting because what Amazon is allowing you to do is you can now, instead of streaming, you can actually download these to your device and then watch them later. And for me, like this is a big thing for me because especially on things like services like HBO Go or Netflix, I'm walking around and I want to watch something and it's like not on my phone. I gotta stream it. I got a bad 3G connection.
When are you walking around and you want to watch a movie?
Man, all the time in the subway. Like New York,
in the subway, where?
Yeah, shoot. There's so many times I want to watch a movie or watch something.
Listen, you have Spotify, right?
Yes.
How many times did you use the offline?
All the time.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
All right.
All the time. I'm an offline dude. Because sometimes you be hiking up in the mountains.
Okay.
No Wi-Fi. First.
Hey, man, I foresee in the future that Wi-Fi will be even more accessible than it is now.
Yeah.
It'll be more across. Sure. It'll be more in places that you don't have it now.
I mean, Zuckerberg's already flying drones around to get Wi-Fi everywhere.
So for Amazon to say, hey, this is our strategy. We're going to differentiate ourselves from Netflix and Hulu.
You really don't think
we're going to give you the offline option. Woo! Change the game.
That's
like, why? Like, dude. Come on, man. Are you serious?
Man, I want to download the stuff. Like
downloading is ancient. We don't need to download anymore.
But if I'm out in the world, I gotta find a Wi-Fi connection in order to watch my Netflix.
It's not hard.
All right.
Maybe if you live like in the boonies, dog. You live in the wilderness.
Maybe I'm going camping.
Okay. You're going camping.
Maybe I'm going camping. Like I camp.
Yeah,
I stay camping. I camp all the time. No. All right. I like this. You don't. It's fine. All right. So speaking of streaming, Hulu unveiled something that maybe is interesting. They finally got their act together with their ad-free pricing. So Hulu, as you may or may not know, offers tons and tons of content. It's a joint venture between Fox and NBC. Yeah. So all their own products. All the products they own, and also all the NBC Universal products and Fox, 20th products. Yeah. So, and then more, and they got some original programming as well, and some other stuff. And Hulu is pretty robust in terms of what they offer. Yeah. And they're growing in original programming. You're killing me. But it was always, you can watch it, but it's always full of ads and ads and ads. Correct. And that's how they made their money. But now they're trying to get to it. They started had a model that was Hulu Plus, which no one really got. Yeah, but this new model is $11.99, and you get all their original programming, all their shit, and it's ad free for $11.99.
Yo, I'm with it, man. And you know what? I've been studying Hulu within the last month a lot, and just what they're doing, just reading various articles about what they're doing. I think Hulu is going to emerge and be bigger than Netflix.
What?
I really do because of their catalog.
I've been off at Hulu. I was when Hulu launched. I was all about Hulu, and then I was kind of like, I just don't like their interface. I'm a Prime and a Netflix dude.
I think if they step up their original programming, they're going to win. I think their catalog is already better than Netflix in terms of TV. Like, I think they have way doper shows, like legacy shows and current shows.
Yeah, what makes them great is that you can get most shows the next day.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have that instant gratification on Netflix.
Right, Netflix you have to wait like usually at least 6 months or 3 months. There's still a window, and you still don't have all the shows.
However, I do think that the price point is a bit steep.
$11.99 is steep.
I think it's steep compared to the other streaming services. Like everything else is priced around 8, 9, 10. They're like almost $5 higher than Netflix. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, will people go for that? I think they will.
So how are we doing our bundle here? So if I get Hulu, Netflix, I got my Apple TV device. So if I get Hulu.
Well, we already did this.
Sling Hulu, TV. Netflix, Sling TV.
Get your sports.
And then I get HBO Go. But then and Showtime Anytime.
Right, you're about 60 bucks.
If I want to get Stars Play, which I have, or if I want to get Cinemax Go.
Get out of here.
I need my Cinemax.
Man, get out of here.
Banshee. Skinemax.
You straight.
All right. Moving forward. And then
wait, hold on, though.
Yes.
Well, you already answered it. I want to ask you, foresee the future. Be a fortune teller. Hulu right now has about 10 million subscribers. Netflix has about 40 million. Do you see the race evening up?
I don't know. It's a brand awareness thing. I think that I think it's really interesting how the leaps Netflix has taken in the last 3 years in terms of how they're neck and neck with HBO. When HBO felt like, in the Soprano days, HBO was just way up high, like untouchable on a mountain. And now it's like Netflix and HBO, the same thing. So I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I think in a year from now, I think really in 3 years from now, we'll be looking at all these things like you look at networks. It'll be Amazon, HBO, Netflix, Hulu, and for our next story, Apple.
Yeah,
because Apple transitioning over. Apple's
Facebook.
Facebook too, like that was the conversation. Yeah, Facebook's going to be in there too. Yahoo's trying to make noise. I don't know if they're going to make it.
Maybe Google,
but Google has YouTube. So
they might have something new.
I don't know, but YouTube may change how they how they brand themselves. You already see them sort of using YouTube and splitting it off to do YouTube games and YouTube comedy and
Periscope. You got to throw them in there.
How
they have original programming, Doc? We already covered this. They have original programming.
But then that Periscope's not going to be like spending $100 million on like a house of cards. Do you think?
Well, they might spend millions of dollars on keeping up with Kardashians, Periscope style.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that would be a lot more lucrative to the Kardashians. I mean, if they can figure out how to like keep that money to themselves. Anyway, Apple. This is interesting. This is something I predicted a while ago that Apple's eventually going to have to get into the content game. They don't have to. I predicted they would. I mean, Steve Jobs talked about the TV game. I think that this is all part of what I really think is the long game there was actually Steve Jobs' long game, and that I think it's also Tim Cook's long game, which is you get into really in earnest get into the TV business and really sort of figure this whole thing out. They've been furiously behind the scenes making deals with all the studios, Disney and everyone else, sort of firming up their deals, and they've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And now what you hear, so you heard these rumblings of them behind the scenes making these deals and distribution deals with all the studios. Then you hear now that they talk about original programming, like they're going to do. I mean, the next logical step is Apple TV, like in earnest, right? Yeah. I don't know if they're going to do a hardware like actual screen with an Apple logo on it. We talked about this, but some sort of variation of it, whether it's a set-top box or something, we're seeing that, right?
Well, I think we're seeing that. We definitely know that they have tons of money. And they can lose some money. They can invest some money rather. And so I think it would be an incredible move for Apple. The positives are that they control the hardware, they control the software, and now they want to control the content. I mean, that's a hell of a 1, 2, 3 punch. You know what I'm saying? But like the article that we were referencing is like the thing with television is like it's hit or miss. It's not predictive like other things.
Yeah, they can't graph out. Like they can graph out, we'll drop an iPhone, we're going to sell X amount of iPhones. Exactly. We'll make X amount of dollars, which means we can invest in the next round of iPhones, which means we can invest in the next TV show. That shit could be a bomb.
Exactly. You could invest tons of M's into a TV show and it's back. And that's the thing with Apple. Apple is not an inventive company. They don't invent new ideas. They take ideas and pretty much recreate them. Like they didn't invent the MP3 player.
No, but they reinvented the music industry as we know it. They reinvented the record store. They reinvented how we. I mean, like
the point I'm making.
Smartphones, iPads.
The point I'm making is that they didn't create the television, so they might reinvent the television, whatever the interface is.
Sure,
they're not. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Well, your point is they didn't create the cell phone, but they gave us the iPhone.
Exactly.
They didn't create the
that's what Apple's good at. Is Apple good at making content?
Right.
Who knows?
But I will say Apple's good at sort of sitting back and okay, all right, Netflix, I see what you're doing. Oh, okay, that's cool, Samsung. All right, I like. Hey, that's real funny over there at Facebook and Amazon. Here's what we're gonna do. Blam. Change the game.
Okay. Well, have they changed the game with Apple Music? Have they changed the game?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Excuse my French.
I don't know. I mean, not that they changed the game, but like, I'm so
Apple Watch. Get out of here.
The Apple Watch might be a failure. That might be a stone cold failure. I remember when you were talking so hard about getting an Apple Watch too. You were all about it. I was like, Achilles, slow down. Yeah. Okay. Let's wait for the second generation.
Okay.
No, but Apple Watch might be like a. I mean, I wonder if that's a failure for them.
We'll see. Quarter 4.
Gen. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. I want to look that up. Okay, this is cool. There is a 62-mile plans for a 62-mile wall to capture trash in the Pacific. There's a lot of talk about this giant like island of trash that's the size of Texas, island of plastics that is floating in between Hawaii and Japan out there. It's like it's
like an amoeba.
Yeah, and it's just like and it's all the sort of like this plastic that sort of sits in this giant thing. So I think there's this plan to have a 62-mile wall, almost like a giant fishing net that just sort of like rolls over and collects stuff. I mean, I don't understand it at all, but it sounds cool.
I mean, it sounds.
Then what?
It sounds cool.
Get
It's
out
great.
the ocean. That's good news. But then
Yeah,
what?
it's terrible that we have to problem solve this. That we've polluted our environment to the point where we have to figure out a device that's 62 miles long to collect pollution, and like it's not going to collect all the pollution.
No.
So I mean, it's kind of disheartening. But I like the fact that there are people out there that are trying to use their intellect and fuse technology in a way to figure out how we can make our world cleaner, better, and for our children's children. So I'm with it.
I didn't really get a chance to check in earnest on like how this doesn't like how this affects the ecosystem and wildlife. I mean, is it going to be like snapping up dolphins and like seals and you know like I mean I don't know how that works, how they differentiate, but
that's a good
I'm
question.
sure the scientists have it all figured out.
Right.
I've been off my video game shit lately, and I know that Alexis is not here, but I did get a chance to check out this whole No Man's Sky. I don't know if you peeped this thing out. No Man's Sky is a crazy open world video game that is just like, it may be too big. It is like, it's conceptually probably the most ambitious video game ever made. What it is essentially allows you to fly through and be part of this galaxy with a bunch of players. But the galaxy is literally millions and millions and millions of planets big. And it is like they show the map and it looks like the whole thing. And almost each player that when you sign up gets to their own planet or their own place. So it's like you have all these places to explore.
Right.
In the center of this thing is this black hole. And to get to the black hole, you have to like fly from place to place and get resources. And if you're the first person, like if you're not a planet, you're the first person to go to a planet, you can name it Akili Town, whatever. And that's the name of the planet forever. So like people are exploring stuff. There's species. There's all kinds of stuff. There's battles. So there's a story mode, of course, but there's also not unlike Destiny. Destiny's similar to this, where you can just go around and whip through the whole universe. Now Destiny's like this. It's a lot more controlled. This thing is like pretty big, so you can have all your friends in there and never see them ever. You know, or you can try to find them, but you still, even if you make a plan to find them, you're gonna get there.
100 million light years away from you.
Literally, and you have to. There's things where you have to, you don't have a hyperdrive. You have to buy a hyperdrive. You can go faster. If you die on a planet, you have your ship. But if you die in space, you don't have your ship. And then it's all this weird stuff. Like
conceptually, it's dope. I think it's a dope concept. Whether or not it's executed well, or whether or not the gameplay is captivating.
Yeah,
like who knows?
I'm just not a big. When the world's too open, like I like open world stuff. I mean, like GTA is cool, but Grand Theft Auto is a very specific world. It's Los Angeles or wherever it is, or San Andreas, whatever this town is. But when it gets too big, even like Destiny for a while, it's just too much.
It's daunting.
Or Fallout, when you're just walking around, walking. What's that? A house? You go inside the house, you're having some coffee, you're hanging out. Like it's like you can play for years.
And some people do.
So or like even World of Warcraft or some of these other games, I just can't get with it. But
I sure can't.
For those people who want to get immersed in a virtual world and fly around their spaceship from spot to spot, this is it.
Hey man, I'm trying to get embedded into this world. Earth.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that I can do that, so we'll see. This next thing is there is this girls' summer camp that is said to change the face of AI as we know it.
And this is dope.
It is a summer camp for girls. I'm looking at it now. I can't load it. Do you remember what the thing is?
Yeah, I mean essentially. There it is. We look at AI, artificial intelligence, and where we're going in the next 2 decades, and then we take a snapshot back in terms of computer science and how many women are getting degrees in computer science. It's kind of declined since the 70s until 2015. And so what this program is doing is saying, hey, we need more diversification. We need more women in the AI programs and developing AI technologies. And so starting them young. And I think it's pairing them with the top scientists and developers and instructors, and pretty much giving them a camp where it's immersing them in with science, mathematics, all the STEM stuff, and providing them the opportunity to explore this field. And I think it's a great thing. It's like I said, you have Google who's sponsoring it, and they're bringing in top thinkers and scientists, and it's really aspirational and inspirational to young women. I think it's dope. Yeah.
I think, I think it's fantastic. I think it's great too. I think that we really talk about getting more of us black folks in the space, and women need to be in the space as well. And I think it's fantastic. Speaking of which, Cheryl Boone Isaacs, who is also a sister, also a black woman, who is the chairman of the Oscars, the chairman of the Academy, president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science. She is going to speak at the Women in Technology Luncheon. It's going to either host it or speak at it at the Lowe's Hotel here in Hollywood. And it's going to be a group of women. She's going to speak to technology on post-production and all these things, and try to, in a very similar way, talking about having the importance of women in an extremely male-dominated field. I mean, I don't know. I mean, very few women who are in post-production. Yeah. I know less women who are in sort of like, VFX and, VFX, visual effects supervisors and visual effects anything. There's so few women in there. So editors, all that stuff. So, I mean, it's very much a male-dominated world. It's still kind of a white male-dominated world. Yeah. So I would like to see, because that side, it's tech, it's a, what's the word? It's sort of a technician based, and it is sort of like I can't remember what I'm looking for, skill level based, but there is an artisan nature to it as well, and there is a creative nature to this as well. So it's different to have different perspectives and different diverse people doing those jobs as well.
Definitely, and to that point, like these type of jobs don't necessarily get the amplification. Like, I mean, yeah, you get some awards for it, but like you don't really get the promotion of it, the marketing of it. Right. Like it's not like the big ticket. To be an actor or director or producer is the big ticket, but all these other jobs that make movies happen, make television happen. Like I think, we need more diversification in terms of gender and ethnicity. And I think to have the very perspectives and emotional components like integrated into the industry, I think is good. And so to have a sister at the helm promoting it and speaking to it, I think is great. And more power to her, and more power to women and young girls who aspire to want to be in the industry in the multiple roles that the industry offers. I
agree. Yes, yay to women, Marissa.
Yeah.
And I agree wholeheartedly. I think that's it.
Yeah, dog.
We'll end on that note. Dog. I don't know. Anything else you want to like? Anything else? You haven't seen any movies. You haven't done anything, right? No TV shows. No Mr. Robot. No nothing.
No, I just finished seeing Daredevil.
Oh, I still haven't finished Daredevil.
I finished it.
You know why? Because I can't download that shit. I gotta stream it. if I can download it, if I can download it to my device, I finished it already.
Man,
go ahead.
You ain't missing nothing. What else? What else we have popping? Like,
oh God, what else? There's a ton. There's so many things right now.
Like what?
Like The Thing.
No, The Thing too.
Well, actually, no, but actually, after there's nothing really in the feature world after Straight Outta Compton and Uncle. That was kind of it.
Yeah,
kind of like
we're waiting now. We're waiting for a couple months.
We're gearing up for the Oscar season for the fall. One thing I did see, and when we can get out of here, one thing I did see is the trailer for the Concussion movie, the Will Smith movie.
Oh yeah, I seen that too. That looked kind of cool.
That looked good. Your boy Will Smith.
What's that? What? Man, the ramifications of the NFL.
Well, there's. I heard that it's NFL's made some moves or did some sort of deal, so it's not going to be having as much teeth as you think.
Okay.
No, I really not. I think that because NFL is signed off on this, so it's not going to have any real teeth. It's not going after the NFL, but it is sort of reporting about what's happening with the NFL's already admitted. This happened, and we were this, and now we changed our ways, and this is what we're doing now. So it is something to be said about the story, and a lot of those people in management who were the bad guys in this movie are not there anymore. So I think it's sort of it's a safer version of telling this story.
We'll see. Let me ask you this. Yeah. What do you think of the new Google logo? Have you seen it?
Oh no,
pull it up real quick.
I don't pay attention. I thought it was just what do we call it? What do we call it when Google does a thing? When oh God, I don't have it. When Google does a thing, when it's when they have a guest logo every week, it's called Google something. I forget what they call it. Well, anyway, I thought it was one of those. I'm pulling it up right now.
Well, yeah, maybe we could cover that next week.
Riveting radio. Hold on, I do want to see this thing before we go. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Sesame Street.
Yeah. Similar. Yeah.
That's it.
That's the new Google logo, man.
I'm unimpressed.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's cool. It's different.
It's very Sesame Street.
It is.
All right. What do you think, Marissa?
It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's simpler than it already was.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this is also an effort to sort of defang Google, who's like almost become like being seen as the evil corporation. Some people are like, hey, we're just Google.
Hey, man.
Look at us. Don't mind us.
Hey, man.
All right.
Well, hey, it's all good, man.
Alphabet. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it. That's all I got.
Cool out. Well, yeah, man. All you peoples out there, have a safe weekend, and catch y'all. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Akili Shine, AKILISHINE. And where can they find you, Joe?
At the Michael McDonald concert, the Doobie Brothers reunion, and at Joe K. Braswell on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope. You belong to me. Thanks. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Boom.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Christie, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.